You're live. This is the aaronzero show with another edition of Today's Noise and all the noise you definitely don't want to hear. So now critics are saying that Mr. Trump has surrendered to Iran by this memorandum of understanding, and they say Iran has got away with much more than what the US has. And apparently, they point out to the $300 billion in aid that would be given to Iran for reparations, plus $100 billion of the frozen assets would be unfrozen. So that's $400 billion, plus the very fact in the beginning of the war, Mr. Trump kept repeatedly saying that Iran's missile stockpile was completely destroyed, which is not the case. It's anywhere between 60 to 70% of the stockpile that they have. And what has happened with this brief war that the US launched on Iran? Iran has suddenly found out that it has a weapon, as people are saying, stronger than a nuke, which is closing the Hormuz Strait. So anytime they feel the odds are against them, they can close the strait and cause major financial pain to the world markets. The other part is that the agreement was signed in the Palace of Versailles, which has a eerie feeling to some people because in 1919, after World War One, Germany had to sign the peace treaty there in Versailles, and that led to the rise of Adolf Hitler and World War Two. So that is what critics feel that something similar may not happen. Excuse me, may not happen. Anyway, that remains to be seen. For just now, the Strait of Hormuz is opened up and oil tankers are moving through. But another major sticking point of the Iran US Iran deal is that the attacks by Israeli country has not stopped on Lebanon, and Israeli army has advanced 10 kilometers inside Lebanon, and they say they're going to stay put and they are not going to leave, which is directly in contrast to what Mr. Trump had said. He had asked them to vacate Lebanon. And now they're saying they need the buffer zone between them and Lebanon. It is only an excuse to make the Israeli settlements and declare it as Greater Israel. So that is what is going on. It's a land grab, basically. And how it will remain, I don't know, because already Saudi foreign minister, I believe, has said that if Israel continues to attack Lebanon, then the consequences will not be good. Other countries will be pulled into this unending conflict, and Israel will be on the receiving end. And I don't know what the end game will be there then. And the US may be obliged to re enter the conflict on Israeli side, though 90% of Americans do not want America there in the region, and they have no understanding of why America is supporting Israel. And it's a deeply unpopular country in the US because of its genocidal war in Gaza. So that is where the situation stands in the Iran US conflict. Another theater of operation is the Russia Ukraine conflict. And for the first time, Ukraine has struck deeply inside Russia at an oil refinery just outside Moscow and has created major damage with their drones. Their drone technology is so good that all the armies or militaries of the world are sitting up and taking notice and are incorporating drones into their militaries, including India, which I believe is now looking to buy some uh, long range drones to patrol the border areas and stuff like that. This is entirely as a result of the Russia Ukraine conflict, where drones have been used exclusively by Ukraine with telling effect on Russia. And the war is not going in Russia's favor. So Russia is resorting to all kinds of tactics. And according to President Zelensky of Ukraine, if Kyiv burns, then Moscow must also burn. And he has just had a meeting in Brussels with the defense chiefs of Germany, etc., France, and they're looking for more aid and more missiles for the winter time if this conflict continues. So the ball is entirely in Mr. Putin's court, and he could stop the hardship that the Russian people are feeling, but it's anybody's guess what will happen with that. On the entertainment side, veteran actor Kate Blanchett, Australian actress who was first discovered by Indian director Shekhar Kapoor and cast in Elizabeth I, is accepted a professorship at the University of Oxford, where she's going to teach contemporary theater, and she's very excited to deal with young creative minds, uh, as far as we understand. And then apparently there's going to be Austin Powers Part 4, and that is in the works. And the new edition of Spider-Man Beyond the Border is going to be released in India first on July 30th, and then the rest of the world on July 31st. And that is all we have for you in the news. Subscribe, and thank you for watching.